Good morning, everybody. Good morning to all Radnor Elementary School students, staff, teachers, colleagues, professionals. Here we are on a Monday morning. My name is Troy Brindle, and today we're going to talk a little bit about self-care and wellness in the age of COVID. It's very important that we work to keep ourselves healthy, both physically and emotionally during this time. And I'm very excited to talk about various ways to do that in today's presentation. So we're going to jump right in and talk a little bit about how hard it's been to kind of deal with COVID over the last several months. It's been a very interesting and confusing and strange time for everybody, hasn't it? I certainly think so. And for me, it's been challenging with navigating everything online or being at home or having hybrid models. So things continue to change day to day. And there's a lot that we're continuing to learn about COVID. There's also a lot that's outside of our control. And when things are outside of our control, it can be very frustrating. It can be very concerning, stressful. So today we're going to take a deeper dive and look a little bit more at how change is really hard. The past several months has been very different. We've been attending school virtually, some days online, some days in hybrid. We've had to connect with our friends through video chatting and relatives. We've participated in very limited to no activities. A lot of the activities that kids and families were involved in just came to a grinding halt. And we've had to also wear masks beyond just on Halloween and focus a lot on words like social distancing and hygiene, lots and lots of hand washing, lots and lots of Purell. So personally, I've been trying to support as many kids and families over the last 10 months by just offering some suggestions that might be helpful to you. And I want to share some of those suggestions to you guys today to really kind of give you opportunities to develop more coping strategies or to use coping skills as we're continuing to go through this pandemic. So I wanted to offer some suggestions to help you deal with the stress and anxiety that's happening right now. And I think the first thing I want to emphasize is that the situation that we're in is not going to be a permanent situation. That's the good news. It's temporary, but sometimes temporary lasts a lot longer than we want it to, and it can feel permanent. So I just want to encourage everybody that we will get through this, and the future may look a little different, but we're going to get through this as a group of folks pulling together. Some goals for today that we're going to look at is we're going to talk about ways to assist you in managing what's in your control, navigating your feelings, dealing with your feelings and emotions around, the hybrid model of school, online learning, learning from home, social distancing, all of those things, taking things one day at a time, managing things day to day, staying connected to friends, which is very important, and then coping skills. We're going to talk a little bit about a coping skills chart that's called A to Z to promote wellness. So we're going to jump in to talk a little bit about self-care. Let's look at this brief video to find out what self-care really is.
Self-care for kids. Practicing self-care at a young age can help create good habits. These healthy habits can then help reduce the risk of developing mental health conditions like depression and anxiety. Practicing self-care can help carry you through difficult times. Did you know that self-care can also help boost your immune system? What exactly is self-care? Self-care is setting time aside throughout your day to care for your mind and body. Basic self-care is one that you might be familiar with, like brushing your teeth, eating, or taking a bath. Self-care can be physical, spiritual, social, and emotional. Some activities you can do for physical self-care is exercising, eating healthy, drinking plenty of water, getting plenty of sleep, walking your dog, and deep breathing. Journaling, practicing kindness, compassion, gratitude, gratitude, forgiveness are some ways to practice emotional self-care. A couple of ways to practice social self-care are spending time with family, building healthy relationships, keeping social media positive, and setting boundaries. Spending time in nature, meditation, and praying are some examples of spiritual self-care. Self-care is not rocket science. It's simply spending time to love yourself. 3 steps to creating a self-care plan. Choose a time throughout the day that works best for you. Pick certain days out of the week to practice self-care. Identify people you can talk to when you come across obstacles. Always keep in mind that it's okay to make mistakes, and we all have bad days. Remember, repetition of a certain behavior or actions can create a habit. When you are at your best, you become more resilient and the possibilities are endless. Do what's best for you and be yourself. Thanks for watching.
So I think it's important that self-care is not just something that we do during COVID. It's something that we should do all the time. We should be taking care of ourselves pre-COVID, now, and when we get through this. So one of the ways to take care of yourself is to really kind of focus on what is in or not in my control. There's some things that we can control, and then there's some things that we can't control. And situations like this one, meaning COVID, really can highlight for us that there's a lot of things that we really can't control. The next slide shows a visual to help you understand the things that you have control over and the things that you don't. And I think one of the things that we're going to focus on is let's look at some things that we can't control right now. So what I can't control, if you look at this diagram, to the right of the words, one of the things that you'll see at the top of the wheel is what I can't control. I can't control other people's behaviors. That's really outside of my control. I also can't control how other people feel. You know, what they say, what they talk about, what they share, what they don't share, how their feelings are. I can't control other people's feelings. I can't control decisions that are made in my life by the adults. So I can't control necessarily, school as an example, because teachers and administrators are working really hard to make sure that they're providing a good education and keeping everybody safe. And they're also focusing on, sort of like best practices, what to do right now and how to best navigate to make sure that we're all staying safe and healthy. Same with parents. So decisions that adults make in our life are outside of our control. Clearly, on a day like today, it's a rainy, yucky day. We can't control the weather, right? And we can't control other people's actions, what they actually do. What I can control, I find to be a lot more useful and helpful to help kids focus on. So let's try to focus on the things that we can control. If you look at the center of this diagram, you're going to see all the things that are in your control right now. Like, I can always control my words. I can always control my actions. I can control my behaviors, what I choose to do, what I don't do. I can control my attitude, whether I'm coming every day with a positive attitude, a good mindset, trying to keep things upbeat, positive, healthy. I can control my response to situations or the things that I choose to do, my choices. I can certainly make sure that I'm keeping safe by wearing a mask, kind of following the directions when I'm out in public or in school, social distancing, making sure that I'm getting enough sleep, making sure that I'm getting some physical activity, some exercise, that I'm eating healthy, and that I'm basically keeping healthy. In short, I'm always able to control me. So instead of focusing on those things that you have no control over, Focus on the things that you can control. And that's you. You can control how you act, what you say, what you do, how you behave, how you respond. And I want you to think about every day using this sentence. How can I make this better regarding whatever it is? How can I make this better at school? How can I make this better at home? How can I make this better for mom and dad, brothers and sisters? How can I make this better for me? Making things better involves having a plan. And it's important to make a plan if you want to try to improve anything that you find yourself struggling with. So now that we've focused on the things that are in our control, we can now make a plan using what's called problem solving steps to solve additional problems in our life, not just now, but always. I think one of the key beginning points is to understand that we need to identify the problem. For example, if I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling alone, I'm feeling down, I might think I really miss seeing my friends. I miss connecting with my friends. I miss going to dance, or I miss playing a sport, or I miss going to karate, or I miss going to my music lesson, whatever. Um, Once we have identified the problem, then we can think about ideas, generating ideas to solve the problem. And generating ideas is just really using brainstorming, kind of thinking about all the different ways that you might be able to help you solve the problem of missing your friends or miss seeing your friends. In this step, you're not really trying to pick out what you will and you won't do. You're just trying to generate a lot of ideas. Like if I miss my friends, I can text them, I can Snapchat them, I can FaceTime them, I can connect with them through different social media outlets. I can online game with them. I can schedule a Google Hangout with them. I might be able to watch a TV show, the same TV show, and then we could text each other while we're watching it. These are just some ideas to help you navigate not missing to help you navigate connecting with your friends and not just worrying about missing them, but you can actually connect and spend time with them. And we've had to be very creative over the last several months on how to connect socially. Coping skills. We all have heard the words coping skills, and I'm sure you guys have been exposed through guidance and other presentations on what coping skills are. There's a quick coping skill list here that is coping skills A to Z. And we're just going to go through and highlight them real quick. A means that you can ask for help. If you're frustrated or you're stuck or you're not getting something, ask for help. B is breathing in deeply and slowly, taking a deep breath, calming down, centering yourself. C is for counting forwards and backwards. Sometimes counting to 10 helps you just sort of like gain focus. Counting backwards from 10 can do the same thing. D is sometimes just taking a break and getting a drink of water. E is for exercise. It's really good to stay active as much as you can, running, jumping, skipping, walking, bike riding. Exercise is so good for the mind and body. F is finding a safe space or a safe place to connect and talk to others. G is creating a go to your happy place, being able to take a trip. We were not able to do family vacations this summer, as a lot of people were not. But what my kids did is that they pulled out all the pictures from past family vacations, and they got a chance to look at all the places they visited all 5, 6, 7, 8 years in a row. They pulled out stuff from Disney or parks or visiting family. And we were able to sort of have a staycation by remembering all the cool places that we visited and also looking forward to visiting new places in the future. H is ask for a hug from a parent. Ignore people who annoy you. That's I. J is jokes. It really helps to laugh, and we're going to talk a little bit about the importance of laughter in a few minutes. Be kind. Be kind to one another. Use kind words, gestures. L is for listening, and it's good to listen to music, listen to things that calm you. M stands for meditate. You can use mindfulness, just trying to think about in the moment, thinking that the feelings will pass. I'll feel better. If I'm sad, I'm only sad temporarily, and then I can do something to cheer myself up. It helps to name the emotion that's in. And being an observer, observing how you feel, being patient with your feelings, and talking about your feelings. P is for painting, which is basically a nice way of saying there's a lot of kids that are very artistic and they love using art, whether it's drawing and painting and creating and designing. Now's a great time to do all of that. Question your thoughts. Really think about your thoughts. R is for run. Run as fast as you can to get that nervous energy or stress out of you. S is separating yourself from the situation, being able to think about things that bring you happiness or joy. T is turning your thoughts from negative to positive. U is using your safe place and using people who you trust to kind of talk to or to share or to ask questions about certain things. Don't be afraid to use your voice your concerns. And then we can also write down our feelings. X means exhale, breathe out and in very calmly and slowly. Sometimes it's just good to have a yell, and you can yell as loud as you can, but please only do this in a pillow so it doesn't freak out your parents, your brothers and sisters, or your family pets. But sometimes just having a yell, just letting it out. And then Z means zone out and relax. Whereas my kids like to say, just chill, being able to chill. So real quick, I'm going to teach you a technique called dragon breathing that you can use to help you calm yourself down if you're feeling nervous or stressed. It's very easy to do. You can do it right from the comfort of your monitor. You just have a quick sit. You're sitting comfortably. You're in a sitting position. I want you to put your hands on your belly. So everyone put your hands on your belly. And I want you to breathe out through your nose with a very strong snort as you gently push your belly back towards your spine. So breathe out. Focus on the breath as it goes out. A little bit of air naturally sneaks out through your nose. And then I want you to breathe in very slowly. And you can do the dragon breathing anywhere from 3 to 6 times, where you basically breathe in and out and in and out. And again, you can repeat that 3 to 6 times, and that just really helps what's called centering yourself or just calming yourself down. It's really important right now to keep active. People always talk about exercise as a central pillar of mental health. Why is that? Well, because the human body is a fantastic machine. It allows you to think, move, interact with the world around you. It also allows you to express yourself. So how your body feels has a direct impact on how you feel emotionally. Exercise releases chemicals called endorphins, and endorphins are basically feel-good chemicals that happen in your brain that help you feel better. So by releasing endorphins, it allows you to tap into a more natural way to feel good about what's going on in your life. You can also take a walk around the neighborhood or go for a bike ride or go for a run. You can practice social distancing doing these things. You can also do stretches. There's a website called Go Noodle, which is a free website that has elementary activities for indoor recess. So it's a great way to spend time. If you're bored and you don't know what else to do, visit gonoodle.com. You can also play video games that involve moving, like Just Dance. Keep your arms going, keep your legs going, stay active. So I want to visit real quick what my friends at Strong for Life have to say about exercise. Now, what I would like all the students to do is please stand up wherever you are, at your desk or at your home in front of your monitor. Please stand up and participate in this activity.
Hey everybody, my name is MC Ronnie and I have with me Jumpin' Jamie, and we are a part of the Strong for Life Challenge team.
Now today we're going to be talking about things you can do to take care of your bodies and mind and help manage your feelings. Now, have you felt sad or maybe mad lately? Maybe nervous or frustrated? That's okay. It's normal. And you're not alone. And once you realize what you're feeling, there are some things you can do to help make yourself feel better called coping skills.
Coping skills are things we can do to manage our feelings and handle stress. It doesn't have to be difficult or take a long time. We all need to use and practice coping skills regularly so that we get better at them. Just like when we practice math, reading, and writing.
Now, here's some things you can do. Maybe listen to music, play a sport, think of a happy place, or be active. Well, hey, let's try a few examples together. Now, everybody stand on up.
Stand on up.
Now,
Let's do
5
this.
jumping jacks. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5.
Excellent, guys.
Way to
Now,
go, guys.
Run in place for 10 seconds. Ready? Let's go.
Run,
2,
run, run.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
Okay, hold on.
Awesome.
Now let's slow it down. And if you're comfortable, close your eyes. If not, that's okay. We're going to slowly count backwards from 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Now, let's take a few deep breaths in through our noses
Dragon breathing.
and out through our mouth. Let's try that one more time. In through our noses and out through our mouth. Great job, guys.
Try lots of different coping skills to find out what works for you and practice them regularly. Many of these skills can be used wherever and whenever you need them. Thank you so much for joining us. See you soon.
I am so impressed. I saw people doing jumping jacks and running in place, and you guys look great. So I think one of the things that we cannot forget is that we still need to have fun. We need to continue to have fun. Play is a natural stress reliever, and it's an awesome distraction. And I would encourage everyone to use play as a positive coping skill. It helps your brain. When we are in what's called fight, flight, or freeze, and that's sort of like what fear and anxiety does. It causes us to either want to fight, it causes us to want to run away and hide, or it causes us just to freeze. Our emotional brain then is in charge. We need to do things to distract our brain to allow ourselves to switch back so that the thinking part of our brain comes back online. It's just like if you get kicked off an internet course or a class that's online, you have to get back online to understand what's going on. So there's going to be times in your life when you've gone over things in your mind, you've identified all things to explain how you're feeling, but you still can't quite get it off your mind. You're still worried about it. And this could even be happening to some of us right now. So you may find yourself worried, afraid, unable to focus on anything else at that point. It makes sense to use distraction techniques. And there's no better distraction technique than to have fun and to play. Keep in mind, laughter is important. Let's keep a sense of humor. We can still continue to laugh while we wear our masks. So I want to share a quick video, and I want you to think about, like, what if Disney wrote songs that we all know, but it was during quarantine? What would these songs sound like? Well, let's tune in and hear a couple of songs that you may know, but it's going to be a little bit different. These are songs that would be sung today if Disney wrote these songs in quarantine.
Hey, moms and dads and boys and girls. Today's question, what would Disney songs sound like if they were written during this quarantine? Mask. Wear a mask. You can craft one really fast. Tie a scarf around your neck. That's what this CDC has asked. Get some cloth, rubber bands, or sew on your own by hand. It will help you be protected so that you won't get infected. So when you're at the store, there's a woman on aisle 4 who starts coughing on the broccoli florets. Go on and keep your distance, and in this key instance, wear a mask. A mask, wear a mask. At a Latin time, I can't show you the world, but I can show you this bathroom and the kitchen, the guest room, and the den. Yeah, that's all. A whole new world. A world with nothing left to do. You ask if you can go. Dad says no.
Okay, let me see. There's one more I just want to play real quick.
Rapunzel time.
Here we go.
7 a.m. the usual morning lineup. Starting the chores and sweep till the floor's all clean. Polish and wax, do laundry and mop and shine up. Then sweep again, and by then it's like 7:15. And so I'll read a book, or maybe two or three. This sounds familiar. Add a few new paintings to my gallery. I'll play guitar and knit and cook and basic. Wait a minute, we didn't write this as a parody. These are the actual words. Look at my life begin. And after lunch, it's puzzles and darts and baking. Seriously, we can do all this. Paper mache, a little ballet, and chess. I've been playing chess with myself. Pottery and ventriloquy, candle making. Having a candle making gun. Then I'll stretch, maybe sketch, take a climb. So dress, and I'll reread the books. If I have time to spare, I'll make the walls some more. I'm sure there's room somewhere. And then I'll brush and brush and brush and brush my hair. Stuck in the same place I've always been. And I'll keep wandering and wandering and wandering and wondering, when will my life begin? Oh,
All right.
take.
What?
So think about what you're thankful for. There's a lot of happiness that comes from being thankful or showing gratitude. Thanksgiving is in a couple of days. And even though we're sort of stuck in this pandemic and the quarantine and all those things, we still have plenty of things to be grateful about. Gratefulness can improve our emotional and physical health. It can reduce negative feelings, and it can increase empathy. So if you can just take a few minutes and do this on your own, write down just 2 or 3 things that you are thankful for. It doesn't have to be significant. It could be that you're grateful for how the sun feels on your skin, or you're grateful that it's a warm day and you're outside, in your yard or bike riding, or that a friend made you laugh, or that your mom made your favorite breakfast this morning. It could be bigger things, like you're grateful for your family, you're grateful for people who you love, or you're grateful for your pet. You can write them on a slip of paper and put them in a jar. And then when you're feeling down or you're feeling kind of bummed out, pull them out of the jar and remind yourself of all the things that we can still be grateful for. So today we talked quite a bit about coping skills. There's a lot of activities that you can do. And one of the things that we're going to do when I'm done is that we provided some information to your teachers that you can do this on your own. It's called real-time resiliency. And basically it's to identify opportunities for you to come up with ways of coping and managing positively some of the situations that we find ourselves in during COVID. Developing coping skills is something that's good for us, not just now, but it's good for us through our entire life. So here's a quick wrap-up video before we conclude our presentation today of some of the things that we highlighted. Take a look. And then I added some resources that I'm very fine if administrators want to share this with teachers. There's resources for you to use in the classroom. And there's also a lot of resources, free activities for kids, everything from virtual field trips to online board games to doing art activities. There is a really cool puppy cam, which I love a lot, that you can see puppies play and just have so much fun. There's also play activity links and virtual camps. It's all kid safe and kid friendly. I just want to thank everybody for inviting me into your classroom today, for inviting me to be part of your day today. I hope you guys have enjoyed this presentation. I hope that you're all thinking about ways of dealing with healthy choices and healthy decisions and continue to take care of yourself to stay well during COVID. Thank you all very much.